Today we're going to talk about some Black Friday sales. We've got the last Princess ship returning to service since the shutdown. We've got some delays on a couple of other cruise ships that were going to be brand new. They are going to be delayed, and we're going to talk about how that might impact the arrival of some other cruise ships. We're going to talk about what to do in Cartagena, Colombia, and Costa Rica when you are there on a cruise ship, and maybe this would help you if you're visiting otherwise. And then we're also going to talk about what is going on with masking and vaccines and testing requirements coming back to ships, not only in Australia, but there's more testing going on a cruise ship just heading over to Hawaii. And so we've got a lot to talk about today, so let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Monday, it's November 21st of 2022, and we have so much to talk about. Since I have seated myself in this chair, Gordon and I have been on Celebrity for 2 days for the naming ceremony and the inaugural cruise that was with that. We've been on Royal Caribbean, and we have been on Norwegian. I have so much to talk to you all about, what we thought about the different ships, about the cruise experiences, about some things that happened on the ships, just so much to share with you. We've got video for some of it and a lot of thoughts to share with you, and so I really look forward to sharing that with you in the coming days. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on, because Black Friday sales are really the hot topic this week because it is Thanksgiving week, and I don't want you to miss out on an important sale that makes it cheaper to go on the cruise that you want to go on. And then we've got some other news to catch up with as well. But as you think of questions comparing Princess to Celebrity, and that doesn't even have to be a comparison of Princess to Celebrity. Gordon and I had that discussion on our cruise because for a long time I was like comparing everything with Princess, because I've been on Princess 15 times, and I don't just say that number, it's 15 cruises that I have been on Princess. And so I can't help but compare, because that's been my cruise experience up until now. But I learned so much over this last 2.5 weeks. You wouldn't believe, not only about the cruise lines and the experience that you have on the ships, but also I learned a lot about me and what I like to do on a cruise ship. I never thought about some things because I have been on Princess so many times, and I will just say that honestly, I did not know, I did not realize that as I look at it, I really think that Princess, and I'm going to choose Princess because I've been on her so many times, does a really good job of what they offer for their cruise fare. I'm just going to put that out there. I think that they have a lot more things included, just so much that I just took for granted. So we're going to talk about that as well. Does not mean that I did not enjoy Celebrity. Loved Celebrity, and I'm so excited since I got to go on their newest ship. It was the Celebrity Beyond, of course. I am really excited to try the Celebrity Reflection. That's on December 11th. I sail on her. That's the smaller ships on the Solstice class. So excited to try that. But so I'll tell you all about that later. But it was really an eye-opening experience for me on so many levels. So let's go ahead and get started what we've got to talk about today, though. So as I mentioned the other day, I just wanted to show you. I thought it was fun. I'm home now, so I can print out the flyers. So this is the flyer for the Cyber Monday sale. The Cyber Monday sale is only on Cyber Monday, November 28th. And so they are running a $1 cruise deposit sale, okay? So I know some people like to snap up lots of cruises and then let go what they're not going to go on. You can do that. I don't really do that. But if you have some cruises already booked and you're putting your money towards that, and you know you want to go on another cruise, this is when it makes more sense to me. But you know what? We all have our own way of doing things and thinking through things. So however it works for you is okay. But it's a great way to put a cruise on hold, get the cabin that you want. Like, that's huge. Get the cabin that you want with only having to put down a $1 deposit, because there's a lot of cruises that you could still get on closer to sailing. But if you are very particular about which cabin you want, sometimes it's a really good idea to book that earlier rather than later. The other sale, of course, is we've got the Black Friday sale that starts tomorrow. Like I said, this is the 21st. So tomorrow, starting November 22nd, is when Princess's Black Friday sale kicks in. And they say that they've got 60 sailings under $60 a day. And so they do have this list. I printed out. Look how tiny that print is. But this is the list of the included voyages. So if you have got a question about it, you can send me an email. I'm happy to help you book a cruise if you don't have a travel agent already. I don't really like to take other people's travel business. If they're not doing a good job for you, you can ask me when you're done with them. But other than that, we've got the list. So the Black Friday sale does not apply to every sailing, okay? I am sure that there is going to be, from what I've heard, I think that, you always go through sales. And I'm sorry, you look at a bunch of cruises on the Princess website, and some of them are a little bit cheaper. So I think that there probably will be some, but the big gist of the Black Friday sale are these cruises that are on this list. And when you really think about it, with 60 sailings for under $60 a day, like, I'm looking at this list because for a sailing under $60 a day, that's remarkable. It's remarkable on any cruise line, and then you're going to do it on Princess? Like, it's a no-brainer. You would think I was their, I'm not their marketing person at all. I just love Princess, and I think it's a great opportunity. Though they have Hawaii, Tahiti, and South Pacific crossings for under $60 a day. The Moroccan Passage, a Tropical Passage, a Mediterranean Passage, these transatlantics. There's a lot to choose from. So take a look, and if you are interested, like I said, send me an email and I'll give you my phone number. I think that's fun. The last thing I want to talk about Princess with you for sales, I printed this flyer as well. This is the one that they have got that shows here. Let me fold it over for you. It shows the itinerary on those voyages that are the inside passage voyages, round trip from Vancouver, 10 days, going for the same price that a 7-day sailing would go for. And the really nice thing, here, let me hold this up better for you. Gordon could even put this in for me. But the really nice thing about these inside passage sailings is the inside passage. When you sail out of Vancouver and you head north, that scenery there is some of the most beautiful scenery that you're going to see. It is spectacular. Just so beautiful. Even if you're not going to do it on this sail, I would recommend doing it sometime. Okay, and the sail, it says, is on the Crown Princess, May 23rd, June 13th, July 4th, or July 25th, August 15th, and September 5th. And so just thought I would throw that out there. If you're looking at a cruise anyway, this might be a nice option for you. And people that are worried about the Crown Princess, I'm only hearing good things about the Crown Princess now. It seems that they have completely worked through all of the trouble they were having, like with their propulsion, with their toilets, with trouble they were having early in the season of Alaska this last year. So I just wanted to point that out. We're not worried about sailing on the Crown Princess anymore. It seems to be going really smoothly. Now, the other is Holland America has released their Black Friday sale, and it's up to 40% off, plus they're including the crew appreciation, which crew appreciation is the same thing as gratuities. If you're brand new to cruising, when you're on a cruise ship, every day the gratuities get automatically added to your state board account, or you can prepay before you go. But that's one nice thing that's really nice about this Black Friday sale is they are going to include it for everyone. And so if you've got any questions about that, let me know. It's already started, so it's going on even today, November 21st, and it says the offer is going to expire on December 1st. So you've got a little bit of time to look at your Holland America cruises. I am really excited about Holland America. I'll have to talk to you sometime about what I see the differences between Holland America and Celebrity. And I also know that's a really hot topic because we have a lot of people that cruise on Princess that haven't been quite as pleased with their cruise experience lately. And they're like, who are we going to go to? And so I would say Holland America is a really good option. And I think Celebrity is a really good option as well. I thoroughly enjoyed being on the Beyond. Now, I know it was 2 days, 2 nights, and 2 days, but I very much enjoyed it. And like I said, I'll let you know about the Reflection. But don't be worried. There's amazing cruises going on cruise lines that we're all going to love, okay? So don't worry about that. Now, it is really exciting news. I apologize now. I have a cold. I have done a lot of COVID tests. I don't have COVID, but I do have a cold. So I apologize. I apologize for that. And before I go any further, join us tonight for our live. We have so much to talk about. We have a really fun time when you all come. It's at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So Gordon will put the little thing up. And if you are subscribed and you've hit that little notification bell, you should get a little notification on your phone or an email letting you know that we're live. Come and join us. We answer questions, any questions you've got about cruising, or we're happy to answer questions about destinations that we've been to. Anything. We're really excited to have you come and join us, so please do. And then we've also got really exciting news that the Diamond Princess started resailing again yesterday on Sunday, November 20th. She sailed out of San Diego Harbor, big as anything, to restart her cruising. She is the very last Princess ship that we were waiting on to return to service since the cruising shut down, and I think it's wonderful to have her back in service with all of her sister ships. So she, like I said, sailed out of San Diego yesterday, and to mark that event, the president of Princess, John Paget, made the following comment. He said, "Homeporting Diamond Princess in a destination as remarkable as San Diego, and now giving our West Coast fans 4 convenient to drive to California departure points to enjoy the original Love Boat is an outstanding combination." I think that was a very nice comment. I thought it was interesting. He said the original Love Boat rather than the real Love Boat, because that's had a rocky reception. But also I was thinking he said 4 handy to drive to departure points. And so I was thinking of Los Angeles and San Diego and San Francisco. So if anybody knows that 4th one, check it in the comments below, would ya? I was even looking for departures, and that's what I could find. So let me know if you can think of anything else. But it's really exciting. I think that she's sailing again. She's just went on a 7-day sailing down to Baja, Mexico. So she's going to be stopping in Laredo, Cabo San Lucas, and La Paz, and then come back to San Diego. And during the time that she is homeported there in San Diego, she is going to be offering itineraries from 5 to 16 days that include the Mexican Riviera, California coast, and Hawaii, and they are doing a one-time, now this is, if you guys have the time, go. They're doing a one-time round-trip 20-day cruise to Central America, and it's leaving November 27th. That's next Sunday. So if you want to go, you should hurry and book it and go. But if we had the time, I would be on that sailing. So anyway, and she's going to be there in San Diego through February of 2023. So thought that was really good news. So this last week that I've been gone, I got to be on the Norwegian Encore to participate in the 2022 conference for World Travel Holdings Dream Vacations that I'm associated with. And it was really an excellent conference. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I learned an awful lot. One of the really fun things was they had a lot of people on board who we're big in the world of cruising. And so one of them, though, that I particularly liked listening to, they had the chairman of the board and then also the president and CEO of Norwegian, and they sat down for about an hour and talked to everyone. The president asked the chairman of the board questions, but they are really very informative questions, and so I will share some clips of that interview with you. But after hearing what he said, we've got the news that we know that the Norwegian Prima is their very newest ship, and there is all these trends going on in cruising, you guys. I have so much to tell you. Anyway, so the Norwegian Prima is their brand newest ship. The Norwegian Viva is indeed scheduled to come next year as they are planning, but all of their other ships have been delayed. They are all being made there in that Fincantieri shipyard in Italy. That's where the last few Princess ships have been made, actually several of them. And anyway, they just cite shortages with the shipyard. They also do cite the war in Ukraine. There are just lots of things at play in making it so that these ships are going to take longer than originally anticipated to be able to come online. And so it looks like there are five ships coming. You've got the Viva is going to come, and then you're going to get one in early 25, 26, and then it sounds like 26 and 27, or I wouldn't be surprised if they're delayed a little bit more, just depending on how quickly the one, for example, that's supposed to be done in 2025. But I wanted to let you know that there is a delay with those ships. I know Norwegian is so proud of the Prima, and from everything I have heard from people that have been on her, she is remarkable. Like Norwegian is upping their game with the Prima, just like Celebrity is upping their game with the Beyond, and then the Ascent is coming, and Princess is upping their game with the Sun Princess. It's like everybody is doing this, and I'll talk to you about that more, but I just wanted to let you know that there is a delay with that. I know we all excitedly watch when new ships are going to come, and even like sometimes I was like thinking, okay, when is that one going to come on, so that we can, try to block out a little bit of time in that year to be able to sail on her. So I just thought it would be useful for you to know. Now, the next thing that I think is really important for us to talk about, we had a Let's Go family member ask, what are some things that you can do in Cartagena, Colombia, or in Costa Rica when you're going to go there on a cruise? Now, I know just from what I have watched a lot, I have not been to either place. I hear a lot of people don't like to go right into town there in Cartagena because they have some very aggressive vendors who really want to sell you their things. And I have always heard the thing of like, never even act like you're interested. Don't get out your money and even take your wallet out, or act like you're going to look in your purse unless you really are going to buy something. But a lot of people have also said, for the most part, they're nice, but they are pushy. So I thought it would be very valuable to share some of the experiences some of you have had and the things that you did that you particularly enjoyed in these ports. So first of all, let's start off with Puerto Limon in Costa Rica. And if I said that wrong, please just forgive me. Some of our Let's Go family members went on the VERAGUA rainforest adventure that has an aerial tram. They said that the tram is actually enclosed. It takes you for a ride. You also get to walk in the rainforest and look at different exhibits. In Cartagena, they said that the city tour was nice. But see, these people have the luxury. They both speak Spanish, and so they just talked Spanish to him and said, no, thank you, and leave us alone. She said that there was a nice leather shop with bright colors. But she said the people there are very friendly, even when they're trying to sell you something. And then someone else said that in Cartagena, they did a jewelry making excursion. You got to interact with some students at a school where you made things, and then you got to keep one or two of the pieces of jewelry that you made. They thoroughly enjoyed that. Another person, and this sounds like maybe my speed, I don't know. In Cartagena, they visited the little area right at the end of the dock. Go through the first little gift shop to get to a wonderful place that has all kinds of native animals to see, and be sure to keep an eye out for the wild monkeys overhead. And that was free. In Costa Rica, they took an excursion with Princess that took them on a train, a boat, and a bus tour, and they saw lots of wildlife doing that as well, and they got to learn about banana plantations. And so doing all of these kind of things, someone also did a harbor cruise and thoroughly enjoyed that in Cartagena. One of their friends did a town excursion and didn't like the pushy vendors. So kind of look and kind of think about what your personality is and what you're comfortable with, and then pick an excursion that way. I know that I always feel more comfortable if I'm in a place that I don't know in going with an excursion with a ship. There are a lot of places that we have booked our own excursion, but it's in places that I'm comfortable enough or know enough about that I feel like I can decide and choose what we're going to do. So kind of look at think about it in your mind, what you like to do, and then choose something. I hope that some of this helps. And the other thing that comes to my mind when I think of this Let's Go family member that I wanted to double check with all of you, I don't think that children can play bingo on cruise ships, can they? Because it's part of the whole casino thing. So I think that you have to be 18 or older to play bingo on a cruise ship. If anybody could also share that experience, that would really help us out as well. Now, this is the other big news for today, you guys. So we recall that I think it was just last week or the week before that the Majestic Princess pulled into Sydney Harbor with 800 positive cases on board the ship. There had been positive cases on board, and then as they arrived, the officials wanted them to test everyone so that they would know where they stood. And there were 800 positive cases. I think we're all familiar enough with COVID to know that there would have been people that didn't feel well that would have been tested, and then there would have been people that were tested and were surprised they test positive because they didn't feel sick. And so you had this thing happen there with the Majestic Princess. As a result of that, the several cruise lines now are having to change things so that people who are, let me tell you, the ships, Princess, Royal Caribbean, and Carnival have had to make it so for Princess, it's the Coral Princess, the Majestic Princess, and the Grand Princess. For Carnival, it's the Splendor and the Luminosa. And all of these are based in Australia and New Zealand. And Royal Caribbean is also saying that the Ovation of the Seas and Quantum of the Seas are going to also have to require masks. Now, vaccines and testing are also part of the protocols on some of these ships, if not all. But I have not seen a list, the information released, that we could all see and know what to do. So if you are going to go on one of these sailings on one of these ships anytime soon, and even if you're not, even if it's 6 months down the road, make sure you check with your cruise line to know what's required so that you're prepared when you get there, okay? And I really do think that we're going to see this coming and going for a long time to come. Here in the United States, we've seen it come and go. Australia is even earlier in their restart than we are, so surely they're seeing it come and go. But I also received a note here from a Let's Go family member, and they were going to be sailing soon on the Sapphire Princess, and they found out that they were going to have to do an observed COVID test before boarding, and they are also going to have to be tested on board 3 or 4 days into the sailing. And they're also going to have to wear a mask for the first 4 days as well. So I looked up, where's the Sapphire going? She's going to Hawaii. And so those, that ship at least, that requirement is going to be there. And so let me know, those of you who are going on any other sailings, what is being required, whether you're going to Hawaii or anywhere else, because it really helps all of us know what's going on. On the sailings that we just went on, all of them were to the Caribbean, and none of them required any testing, any vaccine, any masking at all. And so there were a few people wearing masks here and there, not very many, but none were required. And so if I had to guess, I would think that it's the officials there in New Zealand and Australia who are asking this, and I can understand it. They're new in their restart, and it's just where we are with COVID. Everyone is trying to make the best choice they can based on the data that they've got, and so that's where we are. So I hope that everybody is okay with that. If we're not, I don't know what else to do about it, because that's just the way it is. But hopefully, I just wish COVID would go away, as I am sure so many of us do, but I'm also realistic enough to know that it's probably not going to go away for a long time. So it has been really nice to talk to you all again. I have a million other things to talk about, but this has probably been long enough, so I'll talk to you some more tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that, and so on and so on. If you have not subscribed yet, please do. We'd love to have you in our Let's Go family, and quite frankly, we need you, because I've got some things on my mind that I think that we need to, that we can make an impact on. And so I'll be talking to you about those later this week, if not tomorrow. And one of them is really on my mind. And so we have a lot to do here together. We have a lot of fun to have, and we can, I think, do a lot of good together too. And so I really appreciate you all. If you appreciate these videos, please give this one a thumbs up, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.